kettle's on, the kitchen window's turning gray. Someone upstairs is taking a shower. The pipes complain, then settle down. I found one clean cup behind the plates. There's coffee left, enough for one, maybe two if I make it weak. My phone is where I left it, face down beside the door. No message that can't wait, no reason to look yet. A delivery truck stops outside. The driver leaves the engine running for a moment. The whole room hums. The kettle's on, I can wait a little longer. The light reaches the table, but not the chair. Dust moves through it, slow enough to notice. I should open the curtains, I should water the plant. I should probably do a lot of things before the day begins. Instead I stand here, with one hand on the counter, listening for the small click that says the water's ready. A neighbor closes a window, a bus leans into the corner. Somewhere below, a dog shakes rain from its coat. Nothing has happened, nothing needs to. The cup is getting warm between my hands. The kettle goes quiet, I stay a little longer. I found the same blue shirt at the back of the drawer, the one I wear when I don't wanna choose. The sleeves were folded evenly, the collar held its shape, not one small wrinkle where I thought there would be 8. I stood there with the hanger resting against my hand. I don't remember leaving it quite like that. It looked as though somebody had stayed up for a while, pressing every careless line until it settled down. There was nothing in the pocket, no note beneath the cuff, just a shirt made ready with a little more care than necessary. I put it on, caught myself smiling at the person in the mirror for no particular reason. Maybe happiness is only this, something waiting when I need it, blue in the morning light, nothing more to ask of it. shoulder sat just right outside. Someone rolled a bicycle across the courtyard. Water moved through the pipes, a cupboard closed somewhere. The ordinary sounds of people taking care of ordinary things. I smoothed the front once more, though it didn't need my hand, then left the empty hanger swinging by itself. The day had not begun yet, nothing good had happened. No message had arrived to change the way I felt. Still, someone took the time to leave a clean blue shirt shaped neatly for my body. Before I thought to ask, maybe that is all a good morning has to be. Maybe happiness can look like this, a quiet kindness with no name, blue against the window light, and a smile I didn't plan. I wore the same blue shirt again. It felt different today. There's a stain along the sleeve of what I wore last night. It could be wine, it could be sauce. It doesn't seem prepared to say. I held it underneath the tap until the water turned cold. The color faded at the edges, but the middle stayed exactly where it was. On the counter, my phone is nearly dead. 6 blurred photographs, a table full of glasses, someone's hand across the lens. I remember the first place someone ordered too much food. You were laughing at the way I tried to divide the bill. I remember another round that nobody really needed a song. We all knew badly, your shoulder touching mine whenever someone passed behind us. Then the night stops without an ending. Nothing after 2:30 belongs to me. It's good laundry weather. Everything looks honest in the sun. I was happy before the night went missing. I'm almost certain I stayed that way. I carried the basket to the roof. One sock fell beside the stairs. The neighbor's radio was playing something slow and out of tune. I hung the shirts by their shoulders, the towels from their corners. The wind moved through the empty sleeves as if somebody had just left them. Your face arrived without warning, not from last night exactly, more like the feeling of turning around and finding you still there. You must have been beside me, you usually are, when the pictures look that bright. The stain is still there, even after all that water. I pinned the sleeve toward the sun and decide to let it keep something. Maybe proof is too serious a word, maybe it's only fabric. Remembering what I A bus opens its doors. Someone calls a name that almost sounds like yours. I miss you suddenly, without any useful reason. It's good laundry weather, the whole roof is moving in the light. I can wait for everything to dry, but I don't want to wait to see you. I'll come back soon, before this shirt is dry. If you're home. The doors were almost closing. I caught them with my shoulder and said thank you twice to a driver already looking ahead. I tried to walk down the aisle like I hadn't been running, holding my breath, pretending the morning was under control. Then I saw it, one seat by the window, empty for no apparent reason. I sat before anyone else could change their mind. My heartbeat took another block to understand that we had stopped running. Outside everyone looked late. People crossed between the cars. The taxi leaned on its horn without moving anywhere. In my earphones a girl with a small sweet voice sang over a sleepy beat about nothing I needed to solve. The glass was cool against my head. For the first time this morning I had nowhere to hurry. For at least 30 minutes I nearly missed the bus. The window kept a place for me. Funny how a little empty seat can feel like being forgiven. You used to meet me 2 stops later. Your hair still damp, your bag held close so the bread wouldn't get crushed. You always packed too much. I always said I wasn't hungry. Then we divided everything on the paper. It came in one piece for you, one piece for me. The smaller one broken again because neither of us wanted to choose. I thought that was how love began, quietly between the morning traffic and crumbs on a coat. Then one day you mentioned your husband halfway through an ordinary sentence. No pause, no warning, just another fact placed gently between us. The bus kept moving, the bread was still warm. I smiled at the window as though the city had made a joke. That took me several stops to understand. One small morning I thought the whole world belonged to us. It didn't, that's alright, or it will be. There are 28 minutes until the office. My phone is warm in my hand. I've set an alarm and checked it twice. The buildings begin to soften at the edges. A red light holds us still. The girl in my earphones has reached the quiet part of her song. Maybe I can close my eyes for 3 or 4 stops, maybe 5. The driver knows the way. I almost missed the bus. Now I'm afraid to leave the seat. If the window carries me too far, the morning can't explain it. Wake me the city says my name. I only came in from the weather just long enough to dry my coat. The room was quiet, almost empty, a low light hanging in the smoke. I chose the table by the window, ordered something warm and slow. Outside the street was turning silver, and every taxi passed me by. I could've left before it started, but I had nowhere I had to be. So I'll stay until it slows, until the streetlights lose their halos. One more glass, a little time to let the silence change its mind. I'm not waiting for an answer, I'm not asking you to call. It's just the rain against the window, and I don't mind it now at all. The bartender turned down the music like he could hear me thinking too. He asked if I was meeting someone. I said they're probably not coming through. A couple laughed beneath the awning, then disappeared around the bend for half a second. In the distance, I thought I saw you there again. Maybe I came here for the weather, maybe I needed an excuse. So I'll stay until it slows, until the streetlights lose their halos. One more glass, a little time to let the silence change its mind. I'm not waiting for an answer, I'm not asking you to call. It's just the rain against the window, and I don't mind it now at all. There are nights you shouldn't hurry, there are doors you shouldn't close. There are names that sound much softer when nobody else knows. If the morning finds me sitting where the evening left me still, I'll say the rain was slow to finish, not that I was slower still. I was waiting for the weather to decide when I should go. Now the rain is barely falling, but I'm not ready yet to know. Just one more minute before I take my coat. landing lights beneath the rain, a silver line along the window pane. Your name is folded in the plans I made between the gate and yesterday. 2 tickets hidden in my coat, one for the city, one I couldn't throw. The sign above me says that I've arrived, as if arrival makes it right. I thought your absence would be quiet, but it followed me outside. I arrived where we said we'd go. The streets don't know I came alone. Every window leaves a room for the life we never knew. I can see the city clearly, just the way you said I would. I made it to the place we planned without you holding my hand. The hotel asked if 1 key would be fine. I almost answered no, there should be 2. Your side of the bed became a place where morning left its quiet trace. I walked the avenue at dusk, past little cafes you would have loved. I heard a song come through an open door, and stood there longer than before. I thought a different sky might change it, but memory travels light. I arrived where we said we'd go. The streets don't know I came alone. Every window leaves a room for the life we never knew. I can see the city clearly, just the way you said I would. I made it to the place we planned without you holding my hand. Tomorrow I'll walk beside the river, take the photograph we planned. Maybe some things still are beautiful, even when they lose their name. I won't send it, I won't call you, I won't ask what might have been. I'll let this city hold the version of us that never entered in. We said we'd go, and now the evening lights are on. Every street becomes a memory of somewhere we never were. I can love the city slowly without pretending I'm okay. I came alone to what we planned, and I will leave another way. The sign above me said arrivals, so I stepped into the rain. found a receipt in the pocket of a coat I haven't worn since the weather changed. The paper had gone soft, the ink was disappearing from the edges inward. Tuesday, 8:43. 2 bowls of something, 1 sparkling water and an extra side neither of us needed. I held it beneath the lamp as if the missing words might return if I waited. I don't remember the restaurant. Maybe it was the narrow place beside the pharmacy. Maybe the one where the tables moved whenever someone opened the door. You probably sat across from me, moving your glass in small circles while I tried to finish whatever you couldn't. There must have been music. There must have been people putting on their coats. We must have been in no hurry. Some days leave photographs, some leave paper in the lining of a pocket. The total is still visible, not expensive, not cheap enough to explain why I kept it. I can almost see your hand reaching for the bill and mine arriving first. Maybe we argued about it, maybe we laughed. The receipt doesn't say, it only knows there were 2 of us and that we stayed until 8:43. I could throw it away. It is no address, no message, nothing anyone else would understand. But I fold it once along the old line and put it back. Not because that night changed anything, it didn't. It was only dinner and a Tuesday. Some days don't ask to be remembered. They wait quietly inside what we wore. I found a receipt in the pocket of a coat I haven't worn since the weather changed. The paper had gone soft, the ink was disappearing from the edges inward. Tuesday, 8:43. 2 bowls of something, 1 sparkling water and an extra side neither of us needed. One place, setting it, the table by the wall. The waiter took the other menu before I had to explain. Today's special was written too small, so I pointed at the first thing and hoped for the best. A glass of water, 1 pair of chopsticks, my coat on the chair across from me. Not a person, just somewhere for the sleeves to go. At the next table, 3 people compared calendars. Someone near the door laughed before the joke was finished. My food arrived, still making small sounds. I tasted it too quickly, burned the roof of my mouth, and sat very still as though nobody had noticed. Nobody had. That was nice. Lunch alone, no one waiting for me to speak. I watched a delivery bicycle in against the window. The rider came in, checked his phone, left with 2 paper bags. Outside, the crossing light changed for an empty street. I ate the parts I liked first. No sharing, no pretending. I wanted the last piece less. For 20 minutes, the afternoon belonged to nobody else. When the waiter asked if everything was alright, I said yes, and meant only the food. Maybe that was enough. I paid at the counter, put 1 mint in my pocket, and left the other where it was. Lunch alone, not lonely, just enough room to hear myself thinking. Three missed calls when I turned my phone over. The first at 4:12, the second 2 minutes later. The third before I could have heard it anyway. No message. I read the empty screen several times. My mind began arranging all the possible emergencies in order of how badly they would change the day. I stepped out of the meeting without looking at anyone. The hallway smelled of printer paper and coffee. I called you back, it rang once, then twice. Long enough for every thought to become unreasonable. When you answered, you sounded surprised that I sounded worried. 3 missed calls. My heart had already gone somewhere else. You only wanted to know which rice we usually buy. The bag with the red label or the one with the mountain. You had forgotten why you called the first time. The second call was to remember. The third was because you were standing in the aisle and somebody needed to pass. I leaned against the wall and closed my eyes. Get either one, I said. There was a pause, then the sound of a card, a child asking for something, a song playing too quietly through the supermarket ceiling. You said you will be home a little after 7. I said okay, more softly than necessary. 3 missed calls, nothing happened. I carried the relief back into the room. At 3:12 the sun reached my desk. Not the whole desk, only the corner where I keep the stapler and the cup I never use. The building across the street had moved out of the way without moving at all. A narrow piece of afternoon rested on my sleeve. I stopped typing. Dust became visible. The plant beside it, the printer looked briefly alive. Someone lowered the blinds 2 rows behind me. Someone else said the screen was hard to see. I turned mine slightly and let the light stay. There were emails waiting. They waited 10 minutes of sun. I don't need it or mean anything. At 3:16, the warmth reached my hand. I held it there like a person checking whether water was ready outside. Windows flashed one after another. A bird crossed between the buildings and disappeared before I could decide what kind it was. My coffee tasted less cold. It was still cold. At 3:21, the light touched the floor. Then the edge of the cabinet, then nothing. The other building stood in front of the sun again. I moved the stapler back, opened the next email. For a while my sleeve remembered the warmth. 10 minutes of sun. The day was no better. I was a little There were flowers beside the batteries and disposable umbrellas. 5 stems wrapped in clear plastic. 2 were leaning. One had a brown edge on a yellow petal. A red sticker said they cost less after 9. I had come in for toothpaste and something to drink. The cashier turned them around to find the barcode. A special occasion. I looked at the flowers, then at the toothpaste. No, it sounded like the wrong answer, so I added. They looked like they needed somewhere to go. He nodded as though this happened often. No special occasion, just a little color in the walk home. Plastic made noise against my coat. People passed without asking who they were for. At home I cut the ends unevenly with the kitchen scissors. We didn't own a vase. I used the tall drinking glass from the back of the cupboard. The flowers leaned in different directions. They looked better that way. When you came in, you noticed them before you noticed me. You asked what we were celebrating. I said the toothpaste was on sale. You laughed and moved the flowers closer to the window. No special occasion. You changed the water anyway. I got off 2 stops early, not by mistake. The evening had cooled while I was underground, and the pavement still held a little of the day. The usual road would have taken 12 minutes. I turned toward the river without checking the time. The laundromat was turning 3 white shirts behind a fogged window. A man locked his bicycle to a sign that said not to lock bicycles there. Someone above a restaurant was watering plants with a red plastic cup. Nothing asked me to stop. I stopped anyway. I took the long way home. The short way would still be there tomorrow. Carried pieces of building light. A runner passed me twice, once in each direction. I bought a warm drink from a machine and held it without opening it. My phone stayed in my pocket. For several streets nobody knew where I was. Neither did I exactly. By the time I reached our block, the windows had gone dark. Home floor at a time. You had left the kitchen light on. From outside it made the apartment look smaller than I remembered, and easier to return to. I stood across the street until the light changed. I took the long way home. I wasn't avoiding anything. I just wasn't finished being outside. Someone upstairs is frying onions or garlic, probably both. The smell came through the window before the first pan hit the floor. A cupboard opened, a cupboard closed, then opened again. Whatever they were making required more confidence than they had expected. A chair moved from one side of the room to the other. Water ran. A spoon struck the sink 3 times for a minute. I thought it might be curry. Then something burned and the kitchen fan began its uneven little song. I changed my mind. Someone's cooking upstairs. Down here the room feels warmer. I had bread and half a tomato, not enough for dinner but enough to stand beside the counter and pretend I had a plan. Upstairs a lid rolled across the floor. Someone laughed. Another voice said something I couldn't hear. Then both of them laughed. I put the bread in the pan. The dinner smelled better than mine. Mine was ready first. I ate beside the window while footsteps crossed the ceiling above me. For a while the building seemed to be one large house with badly divided rooms. Someone's cooking upstairs. I hope it turned out way they meant it to. It started before lunch and never became a storm. Just enough rain to keep the windows gray and the pavement undecided. My umbrella turned inside out at the first corner. I turned it back. Nobody applauded. By 2 o'clock my socks were wet at the edges. The office smelled off coats drying in the backs of chairs. Someone said the weekend would be clear. Wednesday did not care. Wednesday has no mythology. It simply stood there between Tuesday and Thursday holding an umbrella. It is only Wednesday. The rain is doing what rain does. I ate crackers over the sink because the tables were full. A drop of water fell from my sleeve onto the last one. I ate it anyway outside. A bus moved slowly through its own reflection. Everyone inside looked somewhere else. The rain followed me home without becoming meaningful. No old love returned. No decision was made. I left the umbrella open beside the door and put the wet socks in the radiator. By morning, they would probably be dry. It was only Wednesday. That was almost a comfort. There was nothing on TV. I check it as though that could change between channels. A cooking show with the sound turned down. A football match already halfway over. A man explaining the ocean to people sitting in a brightly lit room. I stayed there for several minutes. The remote was warm from my hand. Blue light moved across the wall whenever the picture changed. Someone won a car. Someone lost an argument A whale across the screen without knowing I was watching. I forgot which channel I had started with. Nothing on TV. Still, I let it keep the room awake. The subtitles continued after I lowered the volume. Every sentence looked important without a voice. The refrigerator started. A motorcycle passed outside. For a moment all three sounds seemed to belong to the same program. I put the remote down where I wouldn't find it later. At some point the screen asked if I was still watching. I didn't answer. The room became dark around the edges. The whale returned in a different channel. Or maybe I had never changed it. Nothing on TV. Nothing I need there to understand tonight. "1% in the corner of the screen. The number had turned red as though embarrassment might make it last longer. I closed the weather, closed the map, closed three things I didn't remember opening. My message to you still said, almost home. The bus charger had a piece of tape over the socket. I pressed the button anyway. Nothing. A stranger beside me had 94%. I could see it without trying. For a moment I disliked him for being prepared. 1%. Enough for one song or one bad decision. On airplane mode while standing on the ground. The city continued without my location. I knew this road, the bakery, the narrow alley, the window with the orange cat that never looked outside. I had been pretending the map brought me home. The phone died at the crossing. My face appeared in the black screen, looking less concerned than expected. I put it in my pocket 3 blocks later. I remembered the message that never sent. You would know what I meant eventually. 0%. The night still knew where I lived. room still held the shape of their voices. 4 plates, 6 glasses, a bowl with one piece of something nobody wanted enough to take home. I carried everything to the sink in 2 careful trips. The water took a while to become warm. I watched saucer leave the edges of a white plate. Someone had used the chipped cup again. There were fingerprints in every glass, and one faint line of lipstick that survived the first rinse. Dishes at midnight, the quiet work after a good evening. I found a fork under the table, a bottle cap beneath the chair. The towel kept slipping from my shoulder. Outside, the last bus lowered itself at the corner and moved on. I washed the large bowl last because it held everything else. When the sink was empty, the kitchen looked as though nobody had visited. Only the glasses drying upside down knew differently. I turned off the tap. One drop continued at its own pace. I left it there. Hours waste, oh, finish a day, then return in every plate, oh, where it belongs. Dishes at midnight. By morning, there'll only be dishes again. I left the hallway light on, not the bright one near the door. The smaller light above the shelf that makes the walls look warmer than they are. From the bedroom I could see a pale rectangle in the floor. That was enough. You said you might be late. You didn't say how late. I didn't ask. The building settled on pipe at a time. I left open down another floor. Footsteps stopped outside the wrong apartment, then disappeared. A light in the hallway, enough to keep the rooms connected. The same page more than once. The words stayed where they were. My phone stayed silent beside the bed. I wasn't waiting exactly, I only wanted the first thing everything you saw when you opened the door to be something warm, even if I was asleep. At 1:14 I heard your key, a bag placed softly in the floor. The small pause before you closed the door so it wouldn't wake me. You turned off the hallway light. Darkness reached the room without feeling empty. The light in the hallway. Sometimes leaving it on is all the welcome needed. Chose tomorrow's shirt before going to bed. Gray this time. The blue one was still hanging near the window. I laid the gray shirt across the chair and checked the collar with my hand. It needed ironing, not much, enough to notice. The iron took longer to warm than expected. A small red light came on. I pressed one sleeve within the other, moving slowly round the buttons. The wrinkles disappeared without an argument. I thought of the morning. I found the blue shirt already waiting. Tomorrow's shirt, a small favor for someone I haven't become yet. I put my keys beside the wallet, set the alarm 7 minutes earlier than I needed. One sock was missing. I found it under the bed with a coin and an old train ticket. Not everything had to be solved tonight. The shirt, cool it in the chair, its shoulders kept the shape I had given them. Maybe care is something we learn by receiving it. Maybe later we do the same thing with our own hands and don't think much about it. I turned off the iron, checked it twice. Tomorrow's shirt, waiting quietly for the morning to fit inside. Nothing much happened. Water boiled. A blue shirt waited in a drawer. The bus arrived before the doors could close. Someone left a receipt inside a pocket and forgot about it for several months. The day continued without introducing itself. There was lunch at a table for one, 3 missed calls that meant nothing was wrong. Sunlight stayed for 10 minutes. Flowers came home without an occasion. Somewhere above, onions burned and somebody laughed. None of it would make the news. Nothing much happened. I was here for all of it. Wednesday rained. The television spoke to an almost empty room. A battery reached 0. The road home became longer because the air was good. At midnight the plates returned to the cupboard. A small light waited in the hallway. Tomorrow's shirties on the chair, the alarm is set. There are things I didn't finish and messages I can answer in the morning. The window is gone dark enough to show my reflection. I look tired, not unhappy. Maybe the difference is smaller than I thought. Nothing much happened. The day did not need to become a story. I was here. That was the story. Tomorrow can begin without an announcement.